Fever fans reach breaking point after two more players joined Caitlin Clark-Sophie Cunningham ahead of Lynx clash. The Indiana Fever have battled through one of the toughest injury stretches in the WNBA this season. "We keep signing people, but we're running out of people to sign," were the words of Sophie Cunningham, which perfectly captured their season. How often do you see Caitlin Clark, her backup Sydney Colson, and the reinforcements, Ari McDonald and Odyssey Sims, all go down with injuries? What was supposed to be a season chasing greatness has instead spiraled into one of the most painful chapters in franchise history. Stephanie White and company are heading into a crucial stretch that will see them face the Lynx again, followed by the Storm and the Sparks. If it wasn't looking bad already, the Fever dropped a media report that has quickly become the talk of the town. Right now, they have 6 players sidelined with injuries. Joining the list is Chloe Bibby, who sat out the last game against the Lynx after feeling discomfort in her left knee during pre-game warm-ups. Odyssey Sims follows her with a groin injury she suffered in the same game. They now join an already crowded injury list that includes Sydney Colson, Sophie Cunningham, and Ari McDonald, all ruled out for the season, while the basketball world continues to patiently wait for Caitlin Clark to return from her groin injury. This expansive injury list right before the most crucial stretch of the season is anything but a morale booster. The Fever have brought in Aerial Powers and She Petty on hardship contracts to fill the gaps, but it hardly screams confident. But the Fever aren't the only ones feeling the sting. The fans are right in it with them, but first, they're going to need some answers. Fans react to Caitlin Clark and co going down to bare bones. "It's amazing how the refs allow the rest of the WNBA to assault the Fever players on a regular basis," one fan commented. This frustration isn't new among Fever fans. They've long felt their players don't get the calls they deserve. The players have voiced it, Stephanie White has voiced it, and the clips have been circulated. In one instance, Sophie Cunningham was issued a foul while a replay had clearly shown it must have been an offensive foul on Paige Buchers. In another, Caitlin Clark was accidentally poked in the eye and shoved to the ground in a matter of seconds while playing the Sun. In a repeat of shoving and pushing, the reigning roadie even ended up getting hit with a technical for arguing. So fans aren't letting anything pass, but it's not just the refs that fans are angry with. The Fever organization is taking plenty of heat too. How exactly did Bibby get hurt? This team is ridiculous on updating fans. "We already know Cece's injuries are being misreported," one fan commented. Be it with Clark updates, including her delayed bone bruise report, or with Cunningham, the Fever seem to have held back info. It was only after Sophie revealed on her podcast that she had suffered an MCL tear that the fans knew the details. "They're going to keep writing right groin for Clark, but she's now on that ankle bone bruise timeline whether they want to admit it or not," one fan said. When Clark went down with her 3rd groin injury, the team initially labeled it as day-to-day. It's been 14 games since, and the status has only been updated to no fixed return. The same seems to be happening with Bibby, with no concrete information as of yet. The Australian hooper, who signed with the Fever on July 25th and impressed by averaging 9 points per game, earned herself a rest of the season contract on August 1st. Just 23 days later, she's already sidelined with an injury. And she has company. Odyssey Sims, signed on a hardship contract on August 10th and rewarded with another the following week while averaging 8.5 points per game, is now also sidelined with a groin injury. So what's really going on with the Fever? Why are so many players getting hurt? One frustrated fan echoed the sentiment. What are they doing to them in the weight room and at practice? And maybe add some electrolytes for all these muscle injuries, one questioned. We don't know the cause, but the Fever have, nonetheless, ensured to remain resilient. They're still in the playoff contention, and the first-half lead, coupled with a late-game surge against the Lynx, proved that the team is not backing off just yet.